here in building our multi-million-dollar VDMs. And we have a young man who's going to take us through the approach training, which really, this is the foundation to our business, whether it's to launch new VDMs, whether it's to launch new VIP clients, to make a ton of retail sales. It all comes down to this, what we're going to talk about here tonight. And the gentleman is going to take us through this. I've met him multiple times actually in Toronto, for where he lives 13 hours away from Toronto. I live 4 hours away. And let me tell you, when it comes to showing up to events, ladies and gentlemen, you know, this is the epitome of taking your team together, putting them together in a van, and doing that 13-hour trip to every single event possible. His name is Marshall Nguyen. He is an ambassador with Global Wealth Trade. In fact, he was the first USA ambassador since we got started here, and he's got quite the story. Before he found Global Wealth Trade, he knew about MLM, he knew about direct sales, and he'd been looking for the right opportunity for about 15 months. So imagine doing over a year of researching here and there, looking at all these other companies to see where is it that he's going to be able to call home. Well, of course, ladies and gentlemen, that is our nickname in the industry, home. He found his home here with Global Wealth Trade after 15 months. Very blessed, he says, to finally have found home. He is an Elite Leadership Award winner. Not to mention, he's also been featured on businessforhome.org for the work he's doing with a young team in the United States he has there. He is a part of the USA expansion team and also part of the USA CEO Group Council. So, of course, without further ado, Marshall, do we have you on the call to take us through this amazing training tonight?
Thank you, brother. Could you hear me okay?
Loud and clear, my friend. Take it away.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Well, thank you very much for the awesome introduction, bro. You definitely make it sound like I'm a celebrity, but but I'm definitely far from that. But welcome, everyone, on the call for the Sunday night leadership call. I'm truly excited to do the approach training with you all tonight. And first and foremost, I just want to say that you know, you know, Global Wealth Trade has provided me a lot of great opportunities, you know, in working with a celebrity, and it's because of Global Wealth Trade, you know, we've been able to do many exciting things with the team, and also to elevate our lifestyle to the next level. So I'm going to go over today a section in our training that I truly believe is so important to building your business, right? And it's the approach training. You know, I've really understood how, coming from a network marketing background, you know, Global Wealth Trade is so different. And if you really understand how we are so different, your approach, you know, you know, our approach is very unique because we're so versatile with any type of industry, right? Because fashion works with all types of industry. Okay, because the fact that I came from health and wellness, we only had one type of approach, and the approach is very generic to every company. So that's one thing I love about Global Wealth Trade, is that we are very unique, and I'm going to go over some of the things later. So again, approach training is very important for your business, and my goal here tonight is to help you guys elevate your approach to the next level. Okay, and the approach I'm going to teach you has been working for me. So whatever you guys are doing that's been working for you, you know, continue to do that, right? Because what I'm doing is that Ramin always teaches us to elevate to the next level. Okay, so this is just another tool to add to your arsenal for you to build your business. So again, you know, whatever's working for you, keep with that. And this is another way for you guys to learn how you know, how different people approach, and hopefully my goal for tonight with you guys is, you know, if somebody can able to find this has a lot of value for them and go out and get the job done, hey, you know what, we're getting closer to the billion, and that's what it's all about. So let's get started. And again, I actually did, you know, I condensed a lot of the approach training because I do understand that when our leaders teach us approach, it's sometimes between 2 to 3 different webinars, okay? So I'm trying to just squeeze everything in within this 45 minutes. So I might talk a little bit fast, and if I do, then it's okay. This call is actually recorded, so you guys are actually gonna be able to watch this training again. So let's get started. So the approach training, I'm gonna go over 3 different types of approaches, okay? The warm market, the cold market, and also networking events. And everything that I have in the approach approach, I put a lot of thought and I put a lot of practice into this approach, and again, like I mentioned, it's been working for me very well. And there's a lot, and everything that I say and how I say it it's all psychological, and I'm going to go over, why I say the things that I say, and why my voice sounds different, my tonality sounds different when I approach people. And there is an R2 tonality. You guys can look that up on YouTube later. So let's get started. So here's a few notes. Make sure before you approach, especially if you are new in this industry, or if you are a new LC, or you've been a part of sales before, right? So there's a few guidelines that I actually follow when I write down my script and how I approach people. And the first thing is being organized, okay? So you got to make sure that your message and your approach is well structured and clearly defined, right? Because there's a lot of people that talk about, what's your elevator pitch, right? I have an elevator pitch, and it's very organized and it sounds very attractive and it's very consistent. And the more consistent I am with that, the more natural it sounds, okay? And the next part in your approach is you have to be passionate about what you are talking about, right? Because people are attracted to people that are passionate in what they do, exude enthusiasm and conviction in your approach. And you're going to make sure that your energy is persuasive and contagious, okay? It's kind of like, whenever I see Ramin, whenever I see Sanaz, whenever I see all the top earners, their energy is so contagious, and because they have a lot of passion. So imagine if you are passionate in what you do, imagine how many people that will be attracted to your business, right? And the next part is, be engaging, right? Build quick rapport and connect with them right away, right? And I'm going to go over how you guys are able to do that later, okay? And another important bullet point is being natural, right? The more you approach, the more easier it's going to get. So your approach really has a conversational feel, right? Don't make it sound like salesy. People don't like to be sold on something, because I don't, right? And I love to make it, and I love to make my prospect very, very comfortable. And also, if you appear natural as well, you appear confident, right? People are attracted to people that are confident, okay? And again, understand your prospects. Though this part right here, understand your prospect, and this is great for warm market, okay? And when you have a warm market, especially when you are new in this industry, I still have a warm market that I haven't approached yet because I'm building like and trust, and they're slowly becoming my warm market. And I'm starting to understand as much as I can about my prospect before I approach them. And this is going to be so beneficial to your approach. Okay, and this is, again, I mentioned it's effective with warm markets, and the more you know them, the easier it will be to connect and engage with them, right? So keep in mind, I don't approach every single person I see. I love to build a like and trust, because with any type of business, there has to be those two factors, like and trust, and I assume that you guys already understand the foundation of approaches. Always build like and trust with people. So I'm not going to go over the like and trust aspect as much tonight, because I'm trying to condense everything in within this 45 minutes, okay? And again, the last part is practice, okay? Those who practice improve, those who don't. So this must be a second nature to you. So approach must be second nature to you. And the more you practice, and I guarantee you will become much better, okay? And another note to definitely jot down is keep it short, keep it focused, and keep it relevant, right? Everything that I do, especially with my approach, I keep it short. My type of short, okay, when you guys read my script later, it looks like a big paragraph, right? But then because I was trying to be as detailed as I can, so when I go over the script later, use this in your own context, use this in your own words to make it short, because my approach takes like 30 seconds to for my quick spiel, right? And it's very focused on what I'm trying to deliver, and it's also very relevant. And when you're able to have these three and keep it short, keep it focused, keep it relevant, this is going to help you complete your daily method operation much faster and efficient. And that's what it's all about, right? Part-time, 40 calls, 40 calls a day, right? And And yes. So next part is, again, like I mentioned, practice at least 10 times before making the call. So especially if you are new, especially in this industry or a part of GWT, make sure to practice your script before you call them, before you call your prospect, right? I still do this till this day. And, it depends who it is, right? Sometimes when I build rapport with people, I understand, I try to understand as much as possible, then I just write down a quick script and I practice at least 10 times. So I actually envision myself, you know what, I'm going to do fantastic with this call. Because the more you practice, the more, the more natural it sounds, like I mentioned before. So when you practice at least 10 times before you make the call, I'm not saying make every single, practice 10 times before every single call, but let's say today you're going to call 40 prospects, right? Practice 10 times before you make those calls. So you get used to that, and it's going to show that you have confidence and that you actually know what you're talking about. And the most important thing, guys, is sell yourself, okay? The business, we don't have to sell the business. It already does its job, okay? And I cannot explain to you guys how important this is. Every successful people that you see in the streets, online, whatever, they sell themselves very well, right? As a luxury consultant, what comes to your mind? When I see luxury consultants, I think of Maria, I think of Lior, I think of Shan Singh, I think of Reza, I think of Renee, Sebastian, Ozzy, Eddie, all these great top earners and leaders in our companies, because they sell themselves very well. And you have to remember is that as a luxury consultant, you have got to look sharp. It doesn't matter. This is business, okay? And again, it takes 7 seconds for someone to judge you, especially when you approach people in cold market. This is very vital, right? You want to be the type of person that people are going to come up to you and be like, yo, what do you do? Okay, you look so good. What do you do? Okay? So remember, you got to sell yourself very well. And the first step is you got to look the part. So when you look the part, you're going to feel the part, and when you feel the part, you're going to sound the part. And I like to, I always say that, when you look good, you feel good, right? And when you feel good, you can do anything. So make sure you got to sell yourself very well. It doesn't matter if you are new or old in this industry. It doesn't matter if you have a suit or not, because keep in mind, if you apply for a job and you go for anybody, you got to buy yourself a suit, right? Or you got to look nice. So again, this is your business. Sell yourself. Sell yourself very well and be the type of person that you want people to connect with you instead of you connecting with them, okay? And the next part is be the messenger, not the message. This is very important because sometimes, I myself do this sometimes, is I get so excited about the business opportunity, I have verbal diarrhea, like most of our leaders says, so I've been able to really calm myself on, even though, I got to bite my tongue till it bleeds, as Ramin says. So make sure you be the messenger, not the message. The tour will do its job, okay? So these are a few different great notes. And the goal, ladies and gentlemen, the goal is to book the tour. So the goal for your approach is not to sell them about the business opportunity. That's for you to, that's what you do after the tour, the post-tour, right? But the goal for approach is to book that tour. That's all it is. It doesn't matter what you do, you have to book that tour. And keep in mind, delivering an exceptional approach, will not guarantee a win every time, but you should never lose because your approach was less than exceptional, okay? So again, your goal is to book the tour. As Ramin says, we don't get paid to recruit. We get paid for how many tours we do, okay? And here are a few tips is, a couple of tips is talk slowly. You will sound more confident. I actually had a struggle of doing this because I talked very fast, but then, my coach and my mentors in this company, in GWT always tell me, Marshall, talk a little bit slow, right? So I'm not perfect, but I'm always progressing to the next level. And tip number 2 is take your time, ladies and gentlemen. You don't want to approach every single person right away. The first like trust, I learned this from Renee. The first like trust, you don't have to do the approach then. This could be your second or third time after you build that rapport. Right? So the most important thing is you got to feel out your prospect. You have to really feel out your prospect, and you might ask yourself, Marshall, how do I feel out the prospect, right? And how you're able to feel them out is the more you practice, the more you're going to know, because the way you incorporate things might be different from the way I incorporate things, okay? So that's very, very important. Sorry if you guys hear me taking a quick pause. I'm actually drinking some water. So let's get started. So the warm market, a quick tip is, a quick rule of thumb is have a friendly conversation, catch up with your prospect first before approaching. So these are the people that you guys know, your neighbor, your family, or whoever you guys already have a relationship with, okay? And you got to build quick rapport with them. This helps build a like and trust. And again, I always use form. Family, occupation, recreation, money, or motivation. This could be in any, it doesn't have to be in order. It could be you could, talk about occupation first, or because you might have found out that, hey, your friends look for a new job or whatever. And one of the great ways to build quick rapport with people you haven't talked to for a long time is if you're friends with them on Facebook, go through the Facebook and see, what they've been up to, right? And then when you call them, kind of mention, hey, I saw that you were at the, at the event last week or whatever, right? It builds a common ground right away. So as you guys can see, there's a lot of psychology into this. As Ramin says, network marketing, it's a psychology business, okay? So do what you got to do, build a rapport, do your homework before calling somebody, and I guarantee you, your percentage of success would definitely going to increase, okay? And also, before you do your approach or whatever, always ask them, do you have 2 minutes to chat really quick? Or however you want to say it. This is very important because you don't want to catch people off guard. Maybe they're busy with their family. They might be at dinner, and if you start doing your approach right away, they're going to be like, hey, dude, actually, I'm kind of busy. Can you call me back later? And that kind of, kills your vibe, right? Because you're ready to do this script. This approach. So those are some of the main points for you to kind of think about, and again, do your homework before you call your warm market. This is going to do, it's going to be very effective for you. And yes, so the next slide is, this is a script. Okay, this is a script that I use every single time for my warm market. Okay. And I suggest that you guys take down some notes, or if you guys can't write down any notes, we'll have this recorded. So this is how I call my script. After I build a quick report, hey, dude, do you have 2 times to talk? And they're like, yo, but yeah, for sure, Marshall, what's going on? And this is how I say, the reason for my call is I actually want to share something very exciting. So I got connected with a Canadian fashion house that currently has over 120 celebrities that wear this line right now, bro. So they are literally trend-setting the fashion and jewelry industry. So imagine, Ozzy, or whatever your prospect name is. Obviously, I'm using my diplomat Ozzy. If you were one of the first people to bring Louis Vuitton, Gucci, Hermes, Prada, etc. to the United States, where would your life be by now? Right? And you wait till they answer and agree with them, and you agree with them, right? And most likely they're going to be like, dude, I wouldn't be here right now. I would be on the beach, right? And most likely, like I mentioned, it would be a positive response. And and after that, I say, exactly. You would literally be sitting on gold. Unfortunately, these huge design lines would never let anybody do business with them because they want to keep all the profits for themselves. But bro, fortunately, we have an opportunity to be one of the first, and the Canadian fashion house is actually open for a partnership. It's crazy. What took those companies to do in 100 years, they have been able to achieve in 10. So there is a huge income opportunity, and I want to do this with you. Ozzy, if you are open for a side project, brother, let's schedule a time to meet, and we can show you how to get paid to wear, right? This is how I do my script, and I'm going to go over again why I say the things I say and why my tonality is why I have a different tone for each word that I use. Okay, so let's start this again. The reason for my call. See, when you guys say the word, the reason for my call, right? It's kind of like you whispering, when you say, hey, dude, the reason for my call. It gives them their point of view is, dude, this dude has something important to tell me, so I'm going to listen to him, right? I want to share something exciting with you, something very exciting, right? I got connected with a Canadian fashion house that currently has over 120 celebrities that wears the line. So this slide right here to me is very important. So when I say Canadian fashion house that currently has over 120 celebrities that wear the line, this tells them that, hey, dude, oh my gosh, this company already has credibility. If they already have 120 celebrities that wear the line, hey, I'm going to listen to what this dude got to say, okay? And then the next thing to say is, they are literally transcending the fashion jewelry industry, right? So people love to be a trendsetter for anything, right? Regardless of any type of industry that you are in fashion, in the tech world, it doesn't matter. People love to be a trendsetter, and they are attracted to people that are trendsetting because if they're able to put themselves in the environment where a team is winning and they're trendsetting something, hey, that's a win-win, right? So that's the reason why I say that is because it gets the mind thinking that, hey, you know what? This company's a trendsetter. This sounds very important. I gotta listen to him. And when I say imagine, Ozzy, see, imagine what's gonna happen is when I say the word, dude, imagine. What's gonna happen is that Ozzy is gonna start to imagine, dude, this is crazy. Dude, if I could be one of the first people to bring LV Gucci, dude, my life would have been crazy right now. I would have been in Dubai hanging out on a yacht, all that stuff, right? So when I say this sentence right here, it gets them thinking, man, I want to be the first for something, right? And where would your life be by now, right? Because keep in mind, guys, in this type of society, this world right now, people they are lost. They want to find a way. Okay, there was a statistics about 95% of people that are in the working force, they want to be self-employed. So when you say this line, imagine, Ozzy, if you're one of the first people to bring LV, Gucci, Hermes products such to the US, where would your life be by now? And when you say this, it gives them an opportunity for them to start dreaming again. Okay, so there's a lot of psychology that goes into this, and it's been working for me very well. And you wait till they answer and you agree with them, and I guarantee you guys it's going to be something positive. Okay, so next, exactly, right? Once you say, dude, my life would have been good, right? Exactly, you would literally be sitting on gold, right? And again, we are in the fashion and precious metal industry, so when you say gold, it's subliminally gonna let them understand later on that when they know that we sell, gold and silver, they start to really understand now, like, oh my God, dude, I'm literally sitting on gold, right? And they understand the value of gold, okay? And when I say, and this next sentence, when I say that, unfortunately, huge design alliance would never let anyone do business with them because they don't want to keep all the profits for themselves, and that's true, right? That's why you guys never see any type of big design alliance franchising anything out, right? Because they make so much money, they don't want to share it to anybody else, right? So once I built up his dream by saying, imagine if you were the first, now I'm killing this dream now saying, but dude, unfortunately, these companies would never let us do it, right? But now I'm going to build this dream again by saying, but fortunately, we have an opportunity to be one of the first, and the Canadian fashion house is open for a partnership, right? When you say the term, we have an opportunity to be the first, everybody that I have encountered, they want to be the first for something, right? They want to be that trendsetter for a business. It doesn't matter what it is. They want to be the first for something. You know why? Because it torques the ego, and they understand the opportunity to be the first to do something that's going to be very profitable, right? And when I say this line, the Canadian fashion house is open for a partnership, okay? Which means that, hey, you know what? There's an opportunity that in the fashion industry for us to do business with, because I mentioned before that these huge design lines don't let anybody, but for some reason, this company does, okay? So that's the psychology of it, right? And when I say, what took those companies to do in 100 years, they have been able to achieve in 10, right? And that's true, LV also, GWT is a trendsetter in fashion and jewelry. It's crazy, there's no company in the world that makes 19 and 21 karat gold hard enough to hold in diamonds, right? Go to any jewelry store. There's never been like that. It's always 18 and down, okay? So when I say this line, it builds another credibility, okay? There's a track record, 10 years. There's a track right now, so it builds that trust that, hey, I think this company knows what they're doing, okay? Excuse me. And the next thing I say is there is a huge income potential. Again, this is a business, so it does not guarantee anything, but it does guarantee, that, if you work hard, hey, you know what, you're going to make money. So when I say that there's a huge income potential depends on that prospect if they decide to work or not, right? So then this is basically my little disclaimer. Dude, there's a huge income potential. So I'm not making crazy claims that they're going to be rich, if they're not going to do anything, right? And I want to do this with you, and I want to do this with you. Right? imagine if somebody calls you for a great idea and they're gonna be like, hey, dude, I want to do this with you. How do you feel? You can feel really good, right? So this line right here, and I want to do this with you, right? It's gonna boost the ego to the next level. Like, dude, I think I think I could do well with this. Tell me more about it. What is it, right? And then after say, hey, Oz, if you're open for a side project, let's schedule time to meet and we can show you how to get paid to wear. Pay to wear, that sounds so attractive, right? People want to get paid to wear. We're wearing clothes every single day. I hope you're wearing clothes, right? And imagine if you're able to get paid to wear, and that's what we do. We get paid to wear the products that we market. That's why global world trade is so unique, and I love it. So again, there's a lot of psychology that goes into this, and if you guys are able to use this right, you're going to have a lot of success. And just imagine, if I say, hey, exactly, you would be literally sitting on gold, right? Like, I don't sound excited, I don't sound passionate about what I'm talking about. Why would they want to be in business with you or even want to sit down to hear what you were talking, right? And again, this is my script that I use for my warm market. It looks a little bit long because I've been, like I mentioned, it takes me, when I actually do the script, it takes me like 30 to 40 seconds, and everything that I say in here, my script is very enticing. Every single word, every sentence I say makes them think, it gets their minds rolling, and it's meant for it to be enticing, one sentence after another, and I hope you guys know what I'm talking about. So again, you guys can use this in any type of way that you want. And put this in your own words, sound like you, don't sound like Marshall, because this is how I talk, right? So you want to sound like you, because when you call your warm market, you don't want to sound like somebody different. They want to know you. They can be like, hey, you don't sound like, so it looks like you're reading a script, okay? So put this in your own words, say how you ever want to say it, write out however you want to write it out, but this is what I say, and I hope this can elevate your business to the next level. Okay, so this is the warm market. Again, like I mentioned, this is what I use for the warm market. And here are a few benefits for this, right? And again, as Ramin, our amazing CEO, says, we are in the psychology business. And this is what it is. Network marketing, sales, whatever you do, business in general, it's a psychology business. You are able to torque their emotions. You're able to help them think logically, and everything in the script makes them feel excited. You know what? I'm going to be the first to do this. Ooh, I'm getting excited already, all right? So it's a psychology business. You want to torque their ego. You want to torque their emotions, get them excited to do something more for themselves, because again, if they win, you're going to win. So, and a few benefits to the script is that you have already prepared your prospect's mindset that this is a business meeting, right? So with that script, the fact that you're going to be one of the first people to do this, this is, you're talking about business already, so they understand that when you meet up with them, that this is a strictly business meeting, so you don't have to waste your time and explain to them that this is a business, okay? And I truly believe this is very powerful, because before, when I didn't know, I'd tell people, hey, dude, let's meet up, I got something to show you. I never prepared my prospect mindset that this is a business meeting, and then it never really went so well. Right, so the more I really dug into this, the more I start to understand that, hey, this is great to prepare your prospect's mindset. And Renee always do this training about preparing your prospect's mindset before the tour or before the presentation, right? So, and again, it's going to help you propel, to the next level, and also it's going to keep your prospect focused and keep everything relevant. Okay. And it also makes it easier for you to ask for the sale, all right, guys? Because when you're talking about business, they already think, hey, you know what, I could be one of the first people to do this. And again, it's business, right? So it prepares your prospect, the mindset. And with business, what do you need to start a business? You need cash, right? You need money to start anything, okay? And so again, this makes it easy for you to ask for the sale. And again, after the tour, you ask them, say you have any questions. Then your last question is, which VDM package do you want to launch with? Okay, so that's another benefit. And again, keep it easy, okay? And the third benefit to this is the script is very simple. I'm not using crazy words that are that are confusing. to your prospect. It's very simple and it sounds very attractive. In my opinion, it sounds very attractive, and it's very duplicatable. So if you're able to teach your team this, and this is what I've been able to do with new people, is that, hey, just say this, make this sound good, right? Because this is what we do. We're in the fashion industry. We want to make people look good in the process they become an entrepreneur, right? And number 4 is GWT, like I mentioned before, is that global world trade is such a special niche in MLM that our script can be versatile and not generic in most companies, okay? So imagine, I hope you guys really understand how different global world trade is. We are able to go in this business with any type of angle. Right? When I was in health and wellness, my thing was, hey, do you want to, are you looking for other ways to make money? Right? That's so generic. Every networker uses that script. But imagine if you're able to use something different and with an attractive product, getting paid to wear. Hey, I'm going to teach you how to get paid to wear this, right? And it's a business. They're going to be more enticed to what you are doing. So therefore, they're going to listen to you. Okay? So I hope I'm making sense because it's making sense to me. So let's go on to the next script. This is the cold market. And I absolutely love prospecting cold market. And you know why? It's because they don't know who I am and I don't know who they are. And again, sometimes for me, especially with you, if you have people in your family or friends that aren't doing the business with you, but I'm very blessed that I have best friends even before the business that they're in business with me. Okay, so but I love cold market because it's such a new blend. I love learning about people. I love seeing that this person could really do well for themselves. So again, keep this in mind when you prospect a cold market. Always remember to compliment them. Give them a genuine compliment. Right? Always start out with a genuine compliment. Find something about them that look really nice. Okay? With me, I always focus on the fashion goods. If they're wearing a purse, if they're wearing a bag, wearing a merce, if they're wearing sunglasses, whatever that looks good. Even the outfit, if they're wearing a nice shirt, hey, that's nice, right? So because the reason why is because people love to hear something good about themselves, right? So when it's kind of like when somebody compliments you, because in this world, in this day and age right now, nobody compliments each other anymore, right? So imagine and just kind of think about, the last time somebody complimented you, didn't it feel good? Heck yeah, it did, right? So again, people love to hear something good about themselves, don't you? So, and again, this helps build that quick like right away, and and again, you build a quick like and trust, and when you compliment someone genuinely, okay? And I gotta say, you have to do it genuine. Don't BS, because people know you are BSing and they know that you're trying to sell them on something, okay? And again, you got to feel out the conversation. Like I mentioned before, this could be your first, your second, third, or fourth time to do the approach. Feel out the conversation, before you go into the approach. If somebody's not responding to you the way that you want, just kind of feel like, maybe it's not the right time for me approaching them, but hey, I would definitely want to get the contact, okay? So, and here an example, all right? I like your timepiece. Where did you get it? The prospect will be like, yeah, thanks. I got it at XYZ. Awesome. I'm a luxury consultant, and I always notice nice things on people. And most of the time, your prospects say, luxury consultant, what is that? Okay. And then this is the script, right? You're going to go in and say, you know what? I'm in the luxury fashion industry, and I get paid to wear nice things. And you smile and point at your product. It could be a timepiece or whatever it is, and because I always wear my timepiece, and what I say is that I'm actually in the luxury fashion industry, and I get paid to wear this nice watch. And what we do is we teach people how to get paid to wear it, and in the process, they become an entrepreneur. See? And wait for the response, and they're going to say, wow, that's neat. Afterwards you say, thank you, we have a lot of fun and it's profitable, so I can't complain, okay? But hey, we are in the process of expanding our brand here. Would you or anyone that be open to learn how to get paid to wear by any chance? See? And here's the psychology of this now. Let's go back. I like it. Where did you get it? Compliment. Right? And they're gonna say, I got it at the mall, whatever. Also, I'm a luxury consultant. I always notice nice things on people. See, the reason why I say that I am a luxury consultant, because I know that they're going to be enticed to wanting to know what is a luxury consultant. That sounds actually kind of cool. right? Because if you hear something, I'm in the luxury fashion industry. To me, I was like, dude, that sounds pretty cool. What is that? So I'm actually putting myself out there now, saying that I'm an LC. So my goal for that is for them to ask me, what is it? And when they ask me, what is it? That's when I can go into my script. Okay, so I'm in the luxury fashion industry and I get paid wearing nice things, right? How attractive does that sound when you say that you are in the luxury fashion industry? People love luxury. Who doesn't love luxury, right? And you get paid to wear nice things, and this is such an amazing concept that Global World Trade has. That's why I told you guys we have such a special niche, okay? So I get paid to wear nice things, right? And this sounds sexy to them. What? You get paid to wear nice? I always get the response, what? You get paid to wear that? Yeah, dude. and you point at the watch and and you smile, you point at your product, right? And again, you want to make it like a conversational feel, like I mentioned before. Make it sound natural. Yeah, dude, I actually get paid to wear this watch right here, right? So when I smile, I say that I sound very genuine. I'm not nervous. It feels more like a conversational feel, and this part is very strong. What we do is we teach people how to get paid to wear, and in the process, they become an entrepreneur, right? This right here is my elevator pitch. When people ask me, hey, dude, you look good, man. That's a nice watch. So what do you do, man? I'm in the luxury fashion industry, and I teach people how to get paid to wear nice things such as this watch, and in the process, they become an entrepreneur. That's my elevator pitch. This is my first time sharing this to the world. My team don't even know that I say this, so you guys are very lucky, right? And again, the science behind this is what we do is we teach people how to get paid to wear. People sometimes they're scared that, dude, I don't even know how to get started, how to do this. I don't, my clothes aren't nice, my shoes doesn't look good, blah blah blah, right? They're gonna have a bunch of excuses. But when you say that we teach people how to get paid to wear, in the mind they start to think that, okay, if they are able to train me, I think this will work, And in the process, they become an entrepreneur, okay? This is very important because a lot of people, they are scared to be self-employed, and the reason why is because they are scared that there's a lot of risk. They're scared of, they're going to lose a lot of money. They think that there's a lot of capital. They're scared that there's so many things to be scared to be self-employed, and that's the mentality that they have, right? So you want to set them at ease by saying, and in the process, see, this is a process. Building global world trade business, building any type of business is a process. And when you are going through the process, you're going to start to develop, if you do this correctly, you are going to develop characteristics of an entrepreneur, right? And you guys, I want to really mention this, right? There's a difference between a entrepreneur and an entrepreneur, okay? There's a lot of entrepreneurs out there, I'm not saying global watch, but in the direct sales industry, okay? But global world trade, Ramin, he teaches us how to be a business owner, and I can proudly say that all of us are entrepreneurs. So sorry, that kind of went off tangent, but and that part, like I mentioned, is very strong because in the process they become an entrepreneur. That's going to put them at ease for them to start to say, hey, you know what, I think I could do this because they say that in the process they're going to teach me how to become an entrepreneur, so I might give this a shot. Okay, or they're going to start thinking about that later on when they go home. Okay, you wait for the response. Hey, wow, that's neat. See, if your prospect doesn't say anything, wow, that's neat, how does that work, right? If they just give you that type of response, wow, that's neat, what you can say is, you know what, thank you, we have a lot of fun and it's profitable, so I can't complain. But hey, we are in the process of expanding our brand here. Would you or anyone that you know be open to learn how to get paid to wear, right? So even if they don't ask me an open-ended question, right? I myself will put myself out there by saying, hey, but hey, we are actually expanding that. I actually need some help. Would you be interested or know anybody? Because my goal right now at this second part is the second part of the script is to book that tour, is to find out if he's open for an opportunity or know anybody has, right? And I use this part a lot during networking events, and I'm going to show you with you guys later of how this is very effective, right? So again, well, that's neat. He's not asking. He doesn't show interest, right? He's not asking me, how does that work? But whatever I say in this paragraph right here it's going to give me an opportunity. He's going to give me an opportunity. It gives me an opportunity for him to give me a contact, or for him to be like, hey, yeah, you know what? That sounds kind of cool. You know, show me more, tell me more about it. Okay. And after that, I say, you know what? Or if your prospect says, you know, that's interesting. How does that work? Right? You smile, like, you know what? I would love to go over some info with you right now, but I actually got to get going, right? So let's do this. What is the best number for me to get in touch with you? You know, and once you're done exchanging contacts, say, thank you, I will get in contact with you later this week. Again, this stops me from having verbal diarrhea because I'm really excited that he's excited about the business, right, to learn how to know more about it. Again, we do not socialize the business. We sit down and we show them the business opportunity. We'll schedule an appointment and do it professionally. Okay, so you want to make sure, like, you know, that you're in a rush. Okay, so let's say if he goes back, say, you know, thank you, you know, do you know anybody that would be interested? So if he says yes, you know, then just exchange your contact and afterwards say, hey, dude, it was great talking to you, but I gotta get going. Okay, so he doesn't ask you any more questions until you book the appointment. And if you guys want to know one of the great ways for people to give them your phone number, give you their phone number is, when you say, hey, you know, what's the best number for me to get in touch with you, actually pull out your phone and go to where you are able to dial the digits and just give them the phone. So they're more likely to put in their number. Okay, here, just put in your number real quick, right? Because sometimes when you say, you know, what's the best number, you know, they might feel a little bit, you know, I'm not sure if I want to give him or her my number. Okay, so this is a trick that I used to do when I was single. So for the fellas out there, here's a quick tip for you guys. All right, but this works with guys and girls, but a great way for you to prospect. Okay, and last thing says, thank you. You know, I will get in contact with you later this week. All right. So that is the cold market, and I hope that you guys are able to learn some of the things that I went over today. Okay, and here is another benefit. So here are some of the benefits for the cold market script. You know, you give them just enough information for them to be more curious. You know, I get paid to wear, and I teach people how to do the same. In the process, they become an entrepreneur. That sounds so attractive, right? To me, it sounds super attractive, right? And cold market approach helps you build more confidence. Trust me, if you have a low self-esteem or whatever I've been through there, and if you don't have confidence in what you do, go out there, talk to cold market. You know, who cares if they say yes? Who cares if they say no? You know, your goal is to book that tour because, again, we get paid on how many tours we do, okay? And again, you know, there's almost 8 billion people on this earth, right? So there's a lot of money for us to make. So go out there, get dirty, just practice, and I can guarantee you, you're going to do very well. And one day you're going to be like, you know what? Why was I even nervous, right? So practice is going to be so essential to you and for you to build your business. And again, keep in mind, guys, when you approach people in cold market, when you are go out there practicing, right, this is going to benefit you so much. Like I mentioned, it's going to build more confidence, right? This is going to build more confidence for you to build your business, and it's going to build more confidence in all aspects of your life. And that's the most important thing, is that when you are part of Global Watcher, we teach you how to build a business, and this is going to be essential to you. It's going to be essential because you're going to develop characteristics of an entrepreneur, and that's going to help you elevate to the next level of where you want to go. Okay, and another third benefit is, again, it's simple, it sounds attractive, and it's very duplicatable. So as you can see, my script for the cold market is much shorter than the warm market, because the warm market, your prospect, the people that you know, actually want to hear a little bit more, right? So I actually add a little bit more information, just enough for them to want to meet up with me. But here, the cold market, again, you don't want to have verbal diarrhea, so you want to keep it short, but very effective, very focused, and very relevant to what you want to achieve, okay? And my favorite of all is the networking events, because I love going to networking events, and if you guys have not been to networking events, I definitely suggest you should, because the great thing about networking events is that everybody is going there networking and they're looking for an opportunity. They want to give people their business card. Everybody's looking for business there, right? So you don't have to feel as if, I have to approach these people, or however you want to feel, right? Networking events is awesome, and it's cold market, and everybody that are there are actually qualified. Because again, when we definitely want to approach up, not down. You want to approach people that are better than you. If they look better than you, approach them, because I guarantee you, they might actually blow up your business, right? Because like when I approach people, I want to have somebody that's smarter than me, that's more hardworking than me. Like I want that, right? So you want to make sure you approach up. And a lot of people at networking events actually qualify to be in your business. Again, I'm sorry if I sound like I'm prejudging people. I'm not. But I was taught that you approach up, not down. Okay. So again, with networking events is very important, and it's very fun because everybody wants to benefit somehow, right? They're looking for people to be a part of their business, and if they're in marketing, if they're do web design, they're looking for more customers for them to do web design. So it's a win-win situation for networking events, right? And there's 3 vital things for networking events. You have to do this very well, right? Because from their point of view, they want to know who you are, they want to know what you do, and they want to know what you are looking for, right? So these 3 things are very important because you have to say, who you are, what you do, and what you're looking for, right? These 3 things are very important because, it gets straight to the point. It's very short and it's very relevant, and it's very focused on what you want to say, and it gets straight to the point. Okay, you don't have to, babble crazy stuff. Okay, so this is how I do it. Hey, what's going on, man? My name is Marshall. I shake the hand, nice for a handshake. My name is Marshall Nguyen. I am a luxury consultant for a celebrity designer line. What I do is I get paid to wear designer fashion, like this timepiece, and what we do is we teach others how to get paid to wear it, and in the process, they become an entrepreneur. So we are actually planning to expand here in this local market, depending on whatever local market you're at. Would you or know anybody that would be interested to get paid to wear? Right? This is very short, and I remember this very well. Again, let's say, my name is Marshall Nguyen. It answers the question, who you are, and what do you do now? I am a luxury consultant for a celebrity designer line. Celebrity designer line sounds so attractive, right? And it's gonna start to make your potential prospect curious. What celebrity designer line? That's actually kind of cool, right? Because people like status, they like to be with celebrities, etc. That's how the world is, from my experience, And again, what do you do, right? What I do is I get paid to wear designer fashion, and I point at my watch or whatever, and we teach others how to get paid to wear. And in the process, they become an entrepreneur, right? So same psychology I mentioned before, and in the process, they become an entrepreneur. So when I say the script, they are going to start to think about people that they know that might be interested in this opportunity, even if they don't have the skills yet, but they're able to learn how to become an entrepreneur, right? So when I say, hey, I'm planning to expand here in Minneapolis. Would you or know someone that would be interested to get paid to wear? And number 3, right? This answers the 3rd question: is what are you looking for? What are you looking for, right? Is what you're looking for somebody that would be interested in learning how to get paid to wear, or if they know anybody in their circle of influence that would, right? And there you go. You're able to add another prospect. You're able to add another person to your list, right? So this works very well because I was actually at a networking event, and 10 out of 10 people I talked to are interested in hearing what I have to offer. So this week I'm actually about to meet up with them. So this is very, very powerful. And again, that's it, guys. Warm market, cold market, and networking events. And in conclusion, you want to keep it short. You want to keep it focused. You want to keep it relevant. To me, this is short, so I apologize if you think it's a little bit long. Again, like I mentioned before, this is how I do it. This is how I say it. So you can change the word around or do whatever works best for you. Okay. But this tool right here is just another tool for you to add to your arsenal. Another tool for you to elevate your business to the next level, right? And again, focus on the things that you can control, right? This is very important, and so it puts your mind at ease, right? And you might be asking, what can I control? Which is your daily method operations, right? Your DMO. Where each and every, we were at the Forensic Networking event and we talked about DMO, what you got to do each and every single day to add more people to your list, right? Your goal is to add more bloodline to your business, right? Because the more people and the more VDMs you launch, the more money everyone's going to make. And it's a win-win situation, right? And another thing that you can control is the number of calls and approach that you can do. And again, this business starts with you. If you want to be successful with anything, you got to get your butt up and start working, and again, another things that you can control is you're able to build relationships with people, and we're in the business of relationships, right? I love creating relationships with people because it puts you're able to add so much influence to other people because you have something to offer to them that they never knew that ever existed, right? And again, and you're able to be resourceful for your prospects, and this is very important, right? People are always going to ask you, who are you, what do you do, and how they can benefit from it. So you want to be a resource for your prospect. Even if they say no right now, doesn't mean it's no forever. Maybe it's not the right timing. So you want to be the resource that they're going to, hey, dude, I remember that one guy, Marshall, he contacted me about 3 months ago. I want to contact with him real quick because he provided some value for me a few months ago, but it wasn't the right time, right? You want to be resourceful. Okay, and forget about the things you can control. All right, this is going to put your mind at ease. If you can't control a situation, don't sweat on it. It's not your fault, right? So forget about it. And the second part of the conclusion about this is, raise your daily level of energy intensity. Have fun and make every approach count, and practice, practice, practice. Ladies and gentlemen, I am done. I hope I was able to add a lot of value to your business by teaching you guys the way that I approach and what's been working for me. And I hope that somehow you're able to use this as well, because again, my goal is to help you guys get the next, launch your next VDM, right? Because this approach right here is able to help me launch 3.5 VDMs this month so far, because in the little tracker that we have in our back office is actually it's a bittersweet feeling, because the sweet feeling is that I know that I'm close to my goal, and the bitter feeling is that I know that I'm not even for LCs yet. So this group has been able to help me launch VDMs, and I hope, again, like I said, add value to your business, and that's what it's all about, is adding value to each other so we can help Ramin create $1 billion company, and it's going to benefit everybody in the whole global World Trade family. So Sean, I am done, and I do know that you have some announcements, so you can take away, brother.
Awesome. Well, you know what? Thank you very much, Marshall. I love pretty much everything you said. I love the way you delivered at the same time. But I think, honestly, for me personally, the biggest thing I take is, you see at the very end, there's number 3, practice, practice, practice. And like you said, you know what? You can have all the tools in the world. You can have the biggest arsenal of tools in the world, but and I'll quote you, if you don't get off your butt and go do something about it, it's never going to happen. So I think that's the key. You provided us with another weapon in the arsenal, my friend, and it's just up to us to now go ahead and start using that. And I just love the way you delivered it, and all the different words you were using throughout there. I actually, while you were doing the call, I just bought a ticket to a networking event coming up at the end of this month. So I'm glad this webinar was recorded so I can go over it a couple more times. I want to use that approach script at the same time.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it, my man.
Awesome. Now, I know we will go through a couple different announcements before we do get to the comments. I'm sure there's some comments and some questions coming up as well. But right before we do that, we'll go over some of the events coming up and some of the announcements as well. As you guys know, if you guys get your weekly emails, this was the first one coming up here. Big date in Toronto on Wednesday, August 26th. We do have not only our regional ambassador, Sherry Zhao, coming down from the U.S. there, our #1 female income earner, but also we'll have our senior VP, chief designer, special guest, Sanaz Human as well, and of course, we do have our our national ambassador, Rene Liao. This is the local boy, so a special guest, but a special local guest. But again, big tour down over there. So of course, if you know anybody in the Toronto area, send them out over there. And if you are near the Toronto area, this will be at the GWT Training Center. If you hadn't had a look at that training center yet, you know what, definitely make the trip. Well worth it to see how folks do this in the home of GWT. And of course, as we move forward, the Down Under Live Your Dreams Mega Tour continues. We do have our regional ambassador, Leo Scaler, still in Australia and heading to New Zealand shortly as well. You guys can get onto the Global Wild Trade Facebook page, or of course it's in your weekly emails as well. You guys will see all the different dates happening. So if you have somebody in Australia, send them out. Get in touch with your My 5. Get in touch with the folks you see over here, from Ambassador Stacey Renata to our RA Leo Scaler. They're more than happy to take care of your guests, your prospects, and even your LCs down there. So they continue on with the Perth tour dates, of course, and heading into Auckland as they head into New Zealand as well. Now, of course, coming up in a couple of weeks, we have our St. Lucia Mega Tour and Boot Camp as well. We have our regional ambassador, Sean Hayes, just came back from the Caribbean a couple of days ago. Our national ambassador, Reza Mascola, is just coming back from the Caribbean tonight, and within a week and a half or so, he'll be headed back to the sunny island of St. Lucia to join our ambassador, Bernicia Charles Jones, for some mega tour dates and a beautiful boot camp at the same time here. So get in touch with anybody you know in there as well. Send them out to meet these dynamic people. And you know what, let's help you expand your business globally using, in fact, some of the scripts and some of the wording you saw a little bit earlier here tonight. Moving forward, ladies and gentlemen, this is probably the biggest announcement we're going to do here tonight. The Double IA promotion. Not too much time left. It all ends August 25th. For me here in the Eastern time zone, that gives you about a day and a half or so, 2 days maximum. So ladies and gentlemen, whether you're not a diamond, get yourself the diamond. For your LCs, give everybody a call. Let them know this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, an opportunity that's never going to come back again, ends in the next day and a half to 2 days, depending where you are. So, of course, make sure you get on the horns, send out those emails, send out the mass texts. Most importantly, make those phone calls to make sure that everybody who knows about it can take advantage in the next couple of days with this double IA. Ends on the 25th at midnight, ladies and gentlemen. So make sure anybody who can is taking advantage of this once opportunity. Now, of course, the last one, as we know, Marshall, I have no doubt, like I said, I kind of mentioned it a little bit earlier, that from Minnesota to Toronto, I think it's about a 13-hour drive. You're always at every major event that we do. So I have no doubt that you and the team, you guys have already saved the date for October 16th and 17th. We have a Phase 5 conference coming soon, ladies and gentlemen. Details are going to be released slowly but surely, so keep your eyes out on the Facebook page. Keep your eyes out on the weekly emails as well. All I can tell you is product releases, marketing materials, and some amazing Phase 5 updates coming up as well. So more details will be coming out, so stay tuned. But of course, very important, save the date, October 16th and 17th for this massive event that's going to come up here. So of course, Marshall, I hope we do still have you on the line. We do, I believe, have some questions, some comments as well, so I'll start reading them out to you. Some of them are very quick questions, so very quick answers you can give as well. We have folks from Perth, Australia saying, "Good day, Marshall. A pleasure to have you on the call." We have a young man, Benoit Thibault, asking, "What is DMO?" I can answer, Marshall, but I'll leave it with you.
Oh, awesome. Absolutely, dude. Thanks, bro. So DMO stands for Daily Method Operations, right? It means what you got to do each and every single day, for you to be productive in building your business. So my DMO, my Daily Method Operations, is that I have to make like 40 calls a day because I'm trying my best to keep with the forensic system, and I've been doing, I've been very consistent since we've left forensic. So that's my daily method operations, that what you do on a daily basis for you to get to the next level with your business.
Awesome, and it's exactly that. We have, it seems, Marshall, it seems that really was the only question. The rest are a ton of different comments coming in from our national ambassador, 100K a month earner, Mr. Rene Liao, saying, "Love the training, Marshall. Picked up many gold nuggets for myself and will apply it tomorrow. Love it." We have folks saying, "This is an amazing training." This is from Janet Whittingham. "I'm a new LC and I was beginning to wonder if my approach was off. Was about to have a serious conversation with my My5 about it. Really appreciate this." Again, from Rob Pampling saying, "That was so awesome, so helpful. Thank you." From down under, Ambassador Stacy Renata saying, Marshall, bro, you killed it. Awesome leadership and your wealth of knowledge. Thank you from down under. And of course, from New Zealand as well, comments are coming in. From locally nearby here from Toronto, we have Annalie Riga saying, great training, Marshall. Seems like that was about it, Marshall. You know what? You have a ton of different comments coming in thanking you, which I have no doubt. On behalf of the entire GWT family, I will thank you as well for this awesome training tonight, all the different tidbits we learned. And as we mentioned, our regional ambassador, Maria Gaderi, she did hit that record button for us. So she will be uploading that as soon as we have it completed here. But Marshall, once again, tons of different comments coming in. I think no need for questions because you pretty much answered them each and every single one.
Awesome, thank you guys. And if if you guys have any questions for me, shoot me a message on my Facebook. Marshall LC Nguyen Nguyen, and especially for the team in Australia, Leor there, let's kill it. I have a feeling that there's gonna be a lot of ambassadors and also RAs gonna be greeted this week. So congratulations, guys.
Awesome. Well, there you go, folks. Have yourselves a wonderful evening, wonderful morning, wonderful afternoon, wherever you are in the world. Of course, we'll see you on the next Tuesday night call, which is our next 30 days and Launchpad. Until then, ladies and gentlemen, have yourselves an awesome business building week.